11 reasons to visit Bangkok, Thailand. I'm Chris, this is Yellow Productions. I do travel guides that are fun, informative, entertaining, and we just got back from Thailand, and Bangkok in particular, and so in this video we're going to be telling you all the reasons that we think you should consider Bangkok for one of your upcoming trips. From the food, to the amazing hotels, to the friendliness of the Thai people, the culture, the history, there are tons of reasons why you'd want to visit Thailand. And in this video we'll be talking about all of them. Also, something new I'm doing for live streams. I'm going to be doing a giveaway in live streams, and so this is the first of this tradition, but I'll be continuing it on my future live stream. So if you missed this giveaway, then definitely tune in for a live stream next Monday. But today I'll be giving away a pair of Yellow Production socks to a lucky watcher, but we'll do that giveaway later. And so number one, the first reason to visit Bangkok, Thailand is the food. And the food, Thai food in particular. Thai food, I think, is a pretty famous food all around the world, but go to Bangkok to get some authentic Thai food. It's really popular here in the US, but I will say, after having Thai food in Bangkok, yes, it is better there. And there's many places that have, that Americanized or westernized version of Thai food. Always popular Thai curries, red curry, yellow curry, massaman curry. There's lots of different curries, but we had curries with interesting varieties and interesting things that we've never had in it before. And one of the curries that I've always liked is curry with duck in it. And I'll say it's actually rather hard to find in California, but duck curry seems to be like all over the place in Thailand. So I'm glad it wasn't just me that liked it, but the Thai people too. Of course, noodles, Thai people, Thai cuisine famous for noodles. Certainly one of the most famous is pad Thai, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, but there's lots of different noodles, noodles on plates, noodles in soup. But if you go to Bangkok, you should definitely try something new like durian and oh so much more. If you're not familiar with durian, I mean, you probably heard of it as the fruit that's often insulted or made fun of around the world because the fruit is so smelly and pungent that many people, it's actually banned in a lot of places. Jake McShane is on the live stream, and Jake McShane... Oh, wow, yeah, I need to change the title. So, OC Girl pointed out my title was wrong on the title card. This is not Airline Miles Basics. That was last week. But Jake McShane, he shared a picture with us that I shared on Facebook about his hotel in the north of Thailand actually had a sign that said, no durians, because the fruit is so smelly. But you can try it in Bangkok. We tried it. I made it through an entire durian sticky rice. OC Girl, on the other hand, did not quite make it through that whole thing of sticky rice. Well, it was the durian, not the sticky rice, that I think bugged her all that much. Prawns, shrimp, shrimp is everywhere. Shrimp is in everything, but not just shrimp, but huge river prawns. These shrimp that are like nearly the size of small lobsters. Pretty tasty. Of course, Thai iced tea. Thai iced tea, the famous orange iced tea that's a dark Ceylon tea that they add evaporated milk, condensed milk, and some sugar for sweetness. Pretty good. And if you're curious where that bright orange color comes from in the Thai iced tea, well, it's orange food coloring, but that's what makes the classic Thai iced tea. You can get it hot or cold, and we had... like an afternoon tea at the Grand Hyatt Tea Room, which was pretty good. If you want to see more about our trip to Bangkok, well, coming up this Friday is going to be our 7 days in Bangkok, all about what we did, ate, the videos of the whole thing. Still working on that, but it'll be done for Friday. Of course, coconut everything. Coconuts seem to be a dime a dozen in Bangkok, and so you will see coconut drinks, coconut desserts, coconut ice cream. It's everywhere, and it's inexpensive, and so you'll just want to eat coconut like all the time. And then, of course, I mentioned earlier when I mentioned sticky rice, but mango everything. Mango sticky rice, mango drinks, mango ice cream. And I will say the mango in Bangkok, way better than the mango in the US. The mango in the US, I think it often comes from Mexico. It is sour. It's never sweet. But the mango in Bangkok, super sweet, super delicious. It's the way that I wish every mango tasted. And so now back to pad Thai. Pad Thai seems to be the most famous Thai dish around the world. And yes, the pad Thai It's better in Bangkok. Frankly, it is better in Bangkok. And there was this place we ate at called Tip Sammai. You'll see Tip Sammai in my 7-day vlog that's coming out on Friday, but it's one of the most famous pad thai places in Bangkok, and that's all they sell. All they sell is pad thai. Literally, there are no other entrees there. They sell like 4 or 6 different versions of pad thai. They cook it up out in the street. And what I think was really better about the pad thai in Bangkok versus the pad thai I've had other places is it wasn't saucy in Bangkok. Like, the noodles almost had like the flavor imbued in them as opposed to the flavor that was put on there with the sauce. And I'll say, oddly enough, the food in Bangkok, there's McDonald's everywhere. There's McDonald's. Why is there McDonald's everywhere? I don't know, but there are a lot of McDonald's. And it's funny, I posted a picture of McDonald's with the Thai writing underneath it on Facebook. And I said, hey, in case you ever wonder what McDonald's is written in Thai, this is what it looks like. And then somebody said, I'm unfollowing you because of this. Apparently this person really doesn't like McDonald's. But it's pretty interesting because every McDonald's there has the Ronald McDonald out in front of it, and he's giving the classic Thai greeting, which is essentially this pose. And it's funny that Ronald McDonald is everywhere in Bangkok, and he's pretty much disappeared from the U.S. I will say, as far as we stayed away from food on the street, and we stuck to the food courts, stalls, places generally with running water. I think Bangkok has something like 15,000 food stalls on the street, and there's this joke that most places sidewalks are places for people to walk, but in Bangkok sidewalks are just more places to sell things, including food. But, since we didn't really have the intestinal fortitude of a Bangkok local, we tried to stick to things that we felt just had a little higher cleanliness level. There was one video I was watching before I went, and they were saying, just make sure if you are going to a street stall, that you don't go to one that, like, cats have been walking on the produce, right? That's usually a good sign, probably not to go there. All right, so before I go on to number 2, let's go to a few comments. And so, good evening to everybody who is on the live stream. Turtle asks where I'm from. California is where I'm broadcasting from. Jose's joined in from Idaho. Tanner responds about durian and said, I've seen video about durian. It's disgusting. You could probably smell it through your computer. You probably could. But I will say, it's a taste that, like, it kind of grows on you, or at least is less bad the more you eat of it. It's clearly an acquired taste. And if you talk to the Thai people about it, like we talked to one of our drivers one day, and we were like, oh, do you like durian? And he was like, oh, durian. I love durian. It's amazing. So he's definitely acquired that taste that I have yet. Jose says a shout out for Topher. Matthew says he misses Bangkok. He went for the first time last year. Such a good time. Matthew says, durian, the fruit that can bankrupt you in Singapore in fines. It is true. You can be fined on the subway in Singapore if you're carrying a durian. Chinmay asks if the mango in Bangkok comes from India. Chinmay, I think the mango in Bangkok comes from Thailand. I don't know. I think Thailand is pretty famous for the mangoes that are grown there. Nicole says, Thailand is a place I could visit again and again. Amazing place. I was in Bangkok. Nicole, what did you like about Bangkok? I am curious. And Geraldine says about durian, you never forget that smell. And Eric says, hey man, welcome back. Thank you, Eric. It's good to be back. It's been about a month since I've done a live stream. Next live stream will be next week, so I'm definitely back in action on the live streams. Definitely been traveling around quite a bit. Melanie's joined in on Facebook, and Dustin says he just got back from Vegas last night. Loved your videos. Thank you, Dustin, and hi, Melanie. Let's see, Dan joined in from Perth, and Matt asked about McDonald's, if they had the same menu. We didn't eat at McDonald's in Thailand, but Matthew Tasker says the Thai Ronald McDonald certainly looked a lot creepier than Western Ronald. I could see that. He does look a little bit different, and they had like the Hamburglar too, like a whole different set of McDonald's characters. And Brandon says, thanks for the tip about the street vendors. I try to stay healthy. Yeah, healthy's good, and really nothing ruins your vacation more than an upset stomach. That would be pretty awful. But related to mangoes, like something that's interesting is the name of Bangkok. It's actually known as the Big Mango, right? So like New York City is known as the Big Apple, and Bangkok is known as the Big Mango. So they're pretty famous for their mangoes. So if you go to Bangkok, you definitely need to have a mango. All right, let's go on to number 2. Okay, the second reason to visit Bangkok is it's cheap. Thailand is famously cheap, and I didn't appreciate how cheap it was until we were actually there. The exchange rate, $1 is 32 Thai baht, roughly, right now as I'm doing this video. And you can get a plate of noodles or a curry for 30 baht, no problem. Like, a plate of noodles or a curry that would cost you $8 to $10 in a restaurant in California costs the equivalent of $1 in Bangkok. I mean, that is crazy cheap. Mr. Pickles' comment says his favorite isn't mangoes, it's mangosteen. Mangosteens. And, you know, because Thailand is so cheap, you can try a lot of different things. Since it's so cheap, it's only $1. You can go to these food courts, you can go to these street stalls, you can get a bowl of noodles, you can be adventuresome and get things that you wouldn't normally get, but you can just say, oh, I'll try the Durian sticky rice because it's only $1. Like, it's not $10. If I hate it for $10, I'd feel bad throwing it away. But for only $1, let's give it a go. So what if you don't eat it all? If you want a whole coconut to drink from, I talked about coconut earlier, 40 baht, which is like the equivalent of $1.20 US. That coconut for 40 baht would be, you know, $5 to $10 in a US restaurant. So we were drinking coconuts like no other time. I mean, we probably went through like 2 to 4 coconuts a day. We were on an interesting coconut juice diet. We ate tons of mango sticky rice, since again, the mango sticky rice, you get like a huge scoop of rice and big pieces of mango for like 30 baht. And then we figured out we could go to these little fruit vendors that would sell mango sliced up for like 8 baht, like a whole mango sliced up for 8 baht. That's what, 35 cents, and you get like a whole mango, and we don't even have to cut it. That is amazing. Most of our meals for 2 people were like $5 or less. And like taxi rides, amazingly cheap. A taxi ride that was like a 40-minute taxi ride when we went from the JW Marriott, our hotel, to the Royal Palace, which was about a 40-minute taxi ride, cost 100 baht. If you're doing the math, that is like $4. Where else can you ride a taxi for 40 minutes for $4? Bottled water at the airport. 7 baht, 30 US cents. Where have you gotten a bottle of water at the airport for 30 US cents? Semper Fidelis says Vietnam is cheaper. I could see there's certainly places that are cheaper, but what's great about Bangkok is it's, you know, like, it's not maybe complete first world, and it's not really third world. It's somewhere in the middle. You know, you can still get some nice things there and not just have to worry all the time about things. The Sky Train, which is their, like, elevated subway, it's the train that runs over the thing, it starts at 16 baht, which is like 50 cents a ride. And then we took a ferry across the river. They've got this main river that runs through Bangkok, and the ferry ride was 4 baht. Like, what is that, 10 cents? Like 10 cents for a ferry? I mean, the ferry didn't seem that sturdy, you know, it probably wasn't worth more than 10 cents, but it's amazing they can operate a business on that sort of a margin. Mr. Pickle says taxi not cheap once they drop the visor. You know, something that was interesting about taxis is, yeah, we got, interesting experiences on the taxi. Our first taxi from the airport, he had his hat over the meter, so we couldn't see the meter. We get to our destination, and he's like, yeah, that'll be 500 baht. And I'm like, how much does it, or afraid of our safety? But because Bangkok is the world's #1 touristed city, there definitely were a lot of people trying to scam tourists. One of the videos I'll have coming out for Yellow Productions. This is the interesting thing about live streaming, is it still says you're live, and it's still going public view. Play. I don't know. Okay, I see, it looks like video's back. Is video back? Are people back? Oh, wow. I think there was an issue, frankly, with YouTube live streaming. So, okay, hopefully. Yeah, I think we're good. All right, we're back. Yes, you're live. Yes. All right. Sorry for that, everybody. That was like definitely like a little YouTube hiccup because it disconnected my chat too. All right. Well, now that we're back from the weird freeze, thank you for hanging on. What are we on? Well, we're going to go on to number 4. Whoop. Okay, the fourth reason to visit Bangkok is for temples, old and new. In Bangkok, they've got tons of temples. The Royal Palace, it's a place you have to go visit in Bangkok. And I've never been to a place that has so much gold. I mean, the Royal Palace in Bangkok, it is like over the top gold. But the Royal Palace is the one place that isn't cheap. It costs 500 baht to enter. Wow, you know, I've told you about everything being so cheap. Noodles cost 30 baht. The Royal Palace costs 500 baht. It's the equivalent of like 16 US dollars, 17 US dollars, which compared to everything else is like insane. That's the equivalent of like getting a taco and going into Disneyland. But the thumbnail that I used for this video with the gold behind me and like why Bangkok, that was gold in front of the Royal Palace. There is so much gold there. Some of the other neat temples in Bangkok, and there's a kind of this whole like temple thing to do. There's the Temple of Dawn, which is called Wat Arun. It's this big tall temple. That's the one I took the boat for 4 baht to. There's this temple called Wat Pho that has like the world's largest golden reclining Buddha. There's another Buddha in Chinatown that is the world's largest golden Buddha. And it's funny, this Buddha, it was encased in cement. And the way they found out that it was a golden Buddha is because they were moving this cement Buddha and they dropped it from the crane and the cement broke. But then when the cement broke, it revealed this huge golden Buddha. The gold didn't break because it was gold, right? That's pretty amazing. Mr. Pickles asks, is it yellow gold? It's pretty yellow, I would say so. Which is a good color for me, certainly. You know, it's funny, most of the Buddhas in Bangkok, I don't know if most, but a lot of them are reclining Buddhas, that they're like lying down like this. And I think they're reclining because it's just so hot in Bangkok. It is so hot in Bangkok. Yeah, and so that's also like in my thumbnail for this where I said, why Bangkok? And I've got the towel that I'm kind of wiping. Oh, it was really hot. But this is about why to go to Bangkok, not the issues of Bangkok. Jacob says I should have Topher wear a yellow shirt. Yeah, I need to get like a small yellow shirt that Topher can wear. That would be interesting. Tanner says, can't wait to send your next Thailand video to my sister. It's her #1 vacation destination. Excellent, Tanner. This Friday, send her that one. Semper Fidelis says they go to Bangkok for the lady boys. It's good for you, Semper Fidelis. I did not go to any lady boy shows. And everybody, thanks for hanging in as on Hawaii time said. All right. Yeah, Luis says go early in the morning because you have to cover up, can get hot, right? So an interesting thing about going into the temples in Thailand, particularly in the Royal Palace, is, yeah, you do have to cover up. They find it like rude to show a lot of skin in the temples, and so you have to wear sleeves and you have to wear long pants, which I don't usually have leg sweat, but it was so hot I was definitely having leg sweat. Like you could see the sweat coming through the legs of my pants. It was that hot. And we were there like at 11, but we probably should have, you know, got there as soon as the Royal Palace opened at 9. The heat was really oppressive. Mr. Pickle says, it is so hot that I have not gone back since 1994. Has it changed much? Mr. Pickles, at least the heat has not. It is really hot. And I would imagine the Royal Palace has not changed much. This was our first time in Bangkok. And OC Girl points out, yeah, that if you go to the temple, so you have to wear pants, but as girls, you can't wear leggings. You can't wear things that are tight. They have to be loose. So no tight leggings. And they were very strict on what they would let in. And it's like, you have to wear sleeves and be fully covered, nothing sheer that you might be able to see through. I mean, their regulations of what you can wear going in are pretty strict. Chinmay says, when would it be a bit cooler? Yeah, so that's the interesting thing about Bangkok. The weather, it's really hot like all the time. And so in like Fahrenheit, like in the summer, their summertime, which is like say June to August, the daytime highs are like 91, 93. In December, the daytime highs cool down to like 89 or 88. And Bangkok is considered the world's hottest city, not because the high temperatures are the hottest, but because it has the highest mean temperature throughout the day, meaning that it cools down very little at night. So it's like if the high temperature is 91, then the nighttime low is maybe only 81. And if you go in December, then the nighttime low gets down to like 72. That's about as cold as it ever gets. So if you do want to go when it's the coldest, like December, January are the coldest months, though they're not cold, they're still hot. December, January are also the busiest months to go because it's the coldest and has the least rain. AJ Gutierrez says, that's why I have zip-off pants converting to shorts when not in temples. AJ, good minds think alike. And you'll see those same pants in my videos when you see the ones from Bangkok. Jacob says, Bangkok is hotter than Vegas. I've found Bangkok way hotter than Vegas because Vegas is a dry heat, right? Dry heat, much better than a humid heat. I mean, Bangkok is like, you know, I'd go outside and I'd walk a block and, you know, I'd be like just pouring in sweat already. And I didn't even like do anything other than just like exist outside. The Uniplex asked, what month did you visit? Just recently. We were there just like a few weeks ago. So, November. Leguano says, hello from Mexico City, visiting Bangkok in 2 days. Excellent, Leguano. I hope you enjoy Bangkok. And Mr. Pickles says, Bangkok is hotter than Las Vegas. It's hotter than hell, as a matter of fact. It is quite hot. And OC Girl points out the first day we were there, it was breezy, which felt the coolest. Yeah, it was. So when there's a breeze, it's pretty decent. We went to the Chatuchak Market. I'll talk about that more in shopping. But we were like, oh, Bangkok's not as hot as people think it was. And then the next day came, and the next day came. We're like, oh no, this is super hot. All right, the fifth reason to go to Bangkok, number 5, is Ayutthaya. We talked about this a little bit earlier, but Ayutthaya, it's the former capital of Siam. It's a great day trip from Bangkok. It's about an hour-and-a-half drive, but it's kind of like a neat thing to say stay in a nice city with nice hotels, and then you can take a day trip to this UNESCO World Heritage Site that has all these really historic ruins that are all like really close to each other. And so if you go to Ayutthaya, it's sort of like a temple hopping day. And if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook and you've seen some of these pictures of these ruined temples, that's Ayutthaya. And they've made them all very approachable for tourists to get into. You can walk around, you can take pictures with them, you can go on top of them, you can get the views from up there. But of course, you know, the issue in Ayutthaya, since it's all outside and it's all ruins and there's no inside, it is hot, too. That'll be a theme throughout this whole thing. Again, why Bangkok? And I'm wiping in that thumbnail. It is hot. Semper Fidelis asks if I ate any interesting or weird food. Probably the weirdest food was the durian sticky rice that we had. That was pretty weird. Grovel joined in, says, sorry he's late. That's okay, Grovel. And Tanner says, how far are the beaches from Bangkok? Tanner, we didn't go to the beaches, but I think they're about a similar drive in the other direction, maybe like an hour-and-a-half drive from Bangkok the other way. All right. The 6th reason to go to Bangkok is for the legendary 5-star hotel service. We stayed at the JW Marriott. Everybody says that hotel service in Bangkok is amazing, and they do. The JW Marriott Bangkok was amazing. I just published the video review of that this past Friday. Some of the best service of any Marriott we've stayed in. The lounge was pretty amazing. You know, if we called for ice or we called for anything, they would be at our room nearly instantly. And then, you know, they're not hanging around waiting for tips, all those sorts of things. Sandip asks, how expensive is Bangkok? So the Marriott that we stayed at, we used Marriott rewards points. So we didn't pay for it, but like as a redemption class, it's a Category 5 Marriott, which if any of you are Marriott stayers and you say have like the credit card, which gives free nights, the Marriott credit card free nights can be used to stay at this JW Marriott. Like, it's the same redemption category as typically like a Courtyard Marriott is. Like, I think if we paid for the rooms, they would have been like 180 or 200. I mean, an equivalent hotel like the JW Marriott Hong Kong is probably $400 a night. So the hotels are half as cheap. One of the cooking classes we went to, and this is going to be number 7, but we went to some cooking classes, and like some of the people that were there, they said like, oh, their hotel was really nice, and they were paying like $40 a night. I mean, like in the U.S., you can't get anything for $40 a night. You can't even get the Circus Hotel in Las Vegas, which is my number 1 worst cheap hotel in Las Vegas. Like, that isn't even $50 a night. Melanie comments on durian and says, I've heard durian smells like rotting bodies. What do you think? Yeah, Melanie, it's definitely a pungent, strong smell. I mean, I think that's a little bit of an exaggeration. I don't think it's that awful, but it's not good, that's for sure. Devin says, what is the best hotel in Bangkok? You know, we've only stayed at the one, the JW Marriott Bangkok, that we enjoyed quite a bit. There are a lot of people like the Mandarin Oriental in Bangkok. I think an interesting part about Bangkok is there's like, obviously like the street food is famous, like a lot of the low-end stuff is famous, but then it has high-end stuff that's pretty famous too. And so like the high-end stuff, again, JW Marriott's, Conrad's, like every high-end luxury chain has a hotel in Bangkok. Why? Bangkok, number 1 tourist visited city in the world, so lots of people want to go there, so all the hotels want to get in on that luxury action. Sendip says, what's the weather in Bangkok in May? Hot. And Semper Fidelis asks, is there any casino gambling in Thailand? That's a good question. We didn't go into any casinos, but I'm curious. Anybody who has been to Bangkok, have you been to any casinos? Grovel asks, you ever stay at any 5-star hotels? We stay at a lot of 5-star hotels because we enjoy 5-star hotels. I would say the JW Marriott Bangkok is definitely a 5-star hotel. All right, the 7th reason to go to Bangkok is for cooking classes. This is one of the things, if you search TripAdvisor for some of the number 1 things to do in Bangkok, you will find it's Thai cooking classes. And at first I was like, really? Cooking classes? Because if you haven't figured out, I'm a foodie that doesn't really cook all that often because we often go out to eat. But it was actually really fun. We took 2 different cooking classes. We took one at this place called the Blue Elephant. The Blue Elephant is one of the most famous Thai restaurants in Bangkok. And then we took another one at this place called Bai Pai cooking class. The Blue Elephant, it's in the center of Bangkok, so we took the SkyTrain there. The other one was about a 45-minute drive outside of Bangkok, so they picked us up at our hotel and did this half-day cooking class, which is pretty neat. You know, they show you like how a lot of the herbs grow and how to grind a coconut and how to mortar curry paste. And so like now when I eat Thai curry, I'm like, oh, this is, you know, this is how to make curry, which is actually pretty easy if you have the ingredients, of course, you know, and things like what's the difference between coconut milk and coconut cream, you know, and it's like coconut milk, that's the thin part of the coconut cream, that's like the thicker part. Like if you were to grind the coconut once, the first like squeeze you squeeze out of the meat, that's the cream because it's thick, and then the second squeeze, that's the milk because it's a little bit thinner. And here I don't think we actually have any differences. Pierre asks if anyone attempted to scam you or actually scammed you. Yes, many people attempted to scam us. Nobody actually scammed us. Brydude asks, what's the approximate cost of each hotel? Because we didn't stay at all the hotels in Bangkok, we're not really sure. But you know, the JW Marriott Bangkok was probably 180 or 200 if we were to pay for it, though we redeemed points. Johnny Sell asks, are there any amusement parks near Bangkok or in Thailand in general? We didn't go to any amusement parks. There's a lot of markets, I'm not sure that I would want to go on amusement rides in Thailand, just personally. Yeah. All right, let's go on to number 8. The 8th reason to go to Bangkok in Thailand is for shopping. We spend a lot of our time going shopping, and So I talked about this. There's the Chatuchak Weekend Market. It is the largest outdoor market in Southeast Asia that has over 15,000 vendors. It's only open Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's crazy. I mean, this market sells like everything under the sun. And because it's so popular and so touristy, like it's not the place to get the best deal, but it is a place to buy just about everything from clothes to souvenirs to pets to furniture. I mean, you can walk through this market endlessly. We got there at like 10 a.m. and we were there till like 5 p.m. I mean, I've never been in like one market for like 7 hours. Sandip asks if Bangkok is safe traveling with family. I think it is, Sandip. I mean, I did not feel unsafe in Bangkok. You just have to be aware that there's a lot of people that will try to scam you. But they're not trying to scam you to like steal money from you. They're trying to scam you to get you to come to their attraction or get you to come to their store or pay a little bit extra for the tuk-tuk ride. You know, I'm sure there's pickpockets and all those things like in any big city, but we didn't feel there was like a huge element of that. Tanner comments and says, Japan would probably be the country you want to go to for theme amusement parks. I would agree with Tanner Wilson. Go to Japan, go to Tokyo Disney in Japan, Tokyo Disney Sea, go to Singapore, go to Universal Studios Singapore. Those are some great places to go. And Clement just joined in on Facebook. He is from Singapore and says he's on holiday, so he can join in today. Luis did not like the pet section of the Chatuchak market because there were dogs in cages. Oh, yeah. I can see that they might not be in the world's best condition, but they do have everything there. Wesker562 says, Hi Chris, just got home from work. Keep up the great job. Sorry I missed you at VidCon 2018. Maybe next year. Greetings from the Felix family. Wesker, hope to see you next year at VidCon. I will definitely be there. Other shopping options, you'll see this in the vlog I'm going to upload this Friday, but there's this place in Bangkok called Asia Teak. It's kind of like the Chatuchak market, except it's not a daytime market, it's a nighttime market. It's open at the nighttime. It's right along the main river in Bangkok. And it's kind of neat because the way you get to this market is by boat. You take like the BTS SkyTrain to the stop that's right next to the river, and then they have these complimentary river ferries that take like 10 minutes and take you to this market that's on the river. So you get a free ferry ride, and then you can explore the shops at night where it's not quite as hot. We had some pretty good food there, and we did see one vendor roasting a crocodile outside. So that's not something you see every day too. In case you're curious, we did not eat the roasted crocodile. So Louise said she hated the pet section of the market. OC Girl hated looking at the roasted crocodile. She found it kind of gross. And I don't blame her. I love my EQ says, I love this channel. Keep up the great content, Chris. Thank you. I love my EQ. And Dave Mooney joined in from Bali. Welcome, Dave. Thanks for joining in. All right. The 9th reason to go to Bangkok is for massage. If you like massages, particularly Thai massages, you should go to Bangkok. Massages are everywhere, from foot massages to whole body massages to whatever you want massaged. I'm sure you can get that in Bangkok. You could even take massage classes to learn how to massage. The Temple of the Reclining Buddha that we went to actually has a really famous Thai massage school. Dustin asks, when's the best time of season to go? Dustin, December and January is the best time to go. That is the coolest, the driest, but it's also the most expensive and the busiest. Yeah, Devin just asked that too. So you guys must be thinking alike on YouTube and Facebook. All right, the 10th reason to go to Bangkok is because the Thai people are super friendly. I mean, they're super friendly. All the Thai people we encountered were super friendly. The people in the hotel were super friendly. The people in the restaurants were super friendly. The street vendors were super friendly. Even the ones that try to scam you were super friendly. The taxi driver that we had from the airport, that if you were on at the beginning, I told the story about, he had his hat over the meter so that, you know, when we got to our destination, he said it's 550 baht when in reality the fare was only 275. The dude was a super nice guy, chatting us up the whole time. Great weather, where you from, all those things. And I'm going to quote you a fare that's twice as much. And he's like, just got a great big smile as he's doing. That'll be 550 baht. No big deal. So Yeah, right, and that's like actually, one of the scams that I'm going to talk about. And I think why people are easily scammed is because the Thai people are so friendly that you think, oh, these people are so friendly. They're just coming up to help me, and it's like, well, some of them not so much. They're trying to take advantage of you. Chinmay says, is tipping considered offensive in Thai culture? Yeah, Chinmay, they don't really tip in Thai culture. So tipping's not really a thing there, right? Like the taxi drivers, whatever, they'll give you your exact change back. They're not really expecting a tip. Maybe sometimes from the Western tourists, they might be used to it, but they don't tip there. Pierre says it seems like Thailand is overrun with tourists. What did you think? I did not feel it was overrun with tourists, frankly. I mean, Bangkok is the world's most touristy city, but it's a big city. So, yeah, I actually found places like Paris, France, much more overrun with tourists than I felt Bangkok is. I mean, certainly when we went to like the Royal Palace and things like that, it was really overrun. But when we got out to some of like the lesser sites that was, Ayutthaya or these sorts of things, it really felt pretty decent. Mr. Pickles wants to remind people that Thailand is a dictatorship and any insults against the king or government are not taken lightly and they have compulsory jail time. Right. They've actually got what they call anti-defamation laws that you can't speak negatively against the king or the royal family. And so actually, like if you have like money that's flying away, you can't step on it because you'd be stepping on the king's picture. It's the same thing as like insulting the king. So if you do go to Bangkok and your money's flying away, just let it fly away. Don't go step after it or go get it with your hand. I love my EQ says, how big is Bangkok? I think population-wise, it's about 10 million, 10 million, something like that. It's not the biggest city in the world, but it is the most touristy with 30 million tourists every year. Sandip asks, is prepaid service available in DMK airport? Yeah, I'm not sure. We didn't fly in the DMK. We flew into BKK airport. And I think if we were to do it again, instead of getting a taxi from the airport, we would have gotten like the hotel's car service. And while it might have been a little more expensive, we wouldn't have had to worry about whether they start in the meter or like hassling them or those sorts of things. Alex Jossie says, totally forgot about your live stream, but I'm here now. We'll watch the rest later. How are you? I'm great, Alex. Thanks for joining in. All right, so before I go to the last number, I want to go ahead and do the giveaway. So I'm giving away these socks. I'm going to give them away to one lucky viewer on YouTube and one lucky viewer on Facebook. So if you want to win these socks, you're going to have to answer a question. And the first person who answers this question in the comments on YouTube, and the first person who answers this question in the comments on Facebook, wins a pair of these socks. I'll ship them anywhere in the world. Not these exact ones, because I put these on for the picture, but I'll send you some new ones. And how will I determine the first person? Well, it's the first person that I see pop up and gives the answer. And so the question, and it's something that I said earlier in the live stream, so if you were watching and you were listening and you remember earlier in the live stream, I told you what the nickname of Bangkok is. What is the nickname of Bangkok? The first person who tells me the nickname of Bangkok on YouTube and on Facebook wins these socks. So, what is the nickname of Bangkok? While I take a drink of tea. While we're waiting for that, Devin Duncan says, do they have good lounges in BKK? By Mr. Pickles wins on Facebook, and Patrick Nash wins on YouTube. The answer is Big Mango. Very good. Melanie was close with Mango, but she did not get Big Mango. And Chinmay was close with Mango City, but it's the Big Mango. All right, the Big Mango. So, to Mr. Pickles and to Patrick Nash, if you send me a message on Facebook, I will let me know where to ship these socks to, and I'll ship you a pair of Yellow Productions socks. Melanie says sadness, but hey, I'll be giving away more socks next week on the live stream. This will be a regular feature. I'll be giving away stuff every live stream, so it just gives you another reason to tune in. And so if you missed the socks this week, more socks next week. All right, so let's go to number 11. Mr. Pickle says, please send mine to a charity for the campfire. I can do that too, Mr. Pickles. Number 11 is because it's Bangkok and it's famous. That's why you should go to Bangkok. It's famous. 30 million tourists a year go there. It's just like going to New York City. It's just like going to Paris. Everybody has a Bangkok story, and you should have yours. I mean, that's the interesting thing. And Bangkok is the city where, like, everybody has a different experience of it. You can experience it on the low end. You can experience it on the high end. You can have your massage. You can see your ladyboy shows. You can visit temples. I mean, I think whatever it is that you want to do, you can make Bangkok yours. And so that's why you should go to Bangkok. Jake McShane asks if we tried a Thai massage. We did not. I'm not really super into massages, I have to say, so no massages. All right, and the next live stream, it's going to be next week, 1 week from today. What? 11/26. And of course, I didn't print this on here. What's 1 week from today? It's like December something or other. December open date and time preferences. Date and time, clock, date and time. December 3rd, 8 p.m. Los Angeles time. The other place we went to on this trip was we went to Hong Kong. And so I'll be talking about 10 reasons to visit Hong Kong. But in the meantime, stay tuned this Friday for the 7 days in Bangkok vlog, and you can see everything we did across the 7 days, everything we ate, all that stuff, and there'll be more Bangkok content coming out through the holidays up until Christmas. Dave Mooney says, what's your next trip? Our next trip is going to Zion National Park in Utah. That is our next trip. All right, everybody, thanks for watching, and I won't say goodbye because I'll see you in the next video.